planting seeds in a prophetic way. Because when you look at Above the Law's Uncle Sam's Curse, you swear to God that it's Donald Trump on the cover, patrolling, military patrolling the hood. So when you think about it and you listen to Black Superman, One Time Too Many, we were actually talking about Donald Trump. So it gives you goosebumps when, not just a regular Joe, but I'm talking about hip-hop artists in general, how God, or the universe, rather, is able to plant those seeds to make people wise up and wake up. And we all know, because I've been in the 92 riots myself. I was right there when it started. You know what I mean? It was on Broadway, in L.A. And the thing of it is, it's like a dog that chases his tail would be dizzy. We have to be able to turn the marching into real legitimate change in legislation and all these old fucked up ass policies that set conditions on us that's a modern day slavery. We, in my humble opinion, from the sports to the entertainment world, slavery never did end it. It just got in the halfway house.
Absolutely.
Before you leave jail, you go to a halfway house. Well, now we don't need no halfway house. We need land. So it's a blessing that when you see these white kids out there marching with us that are legitimate besides the agitators, you know what I mean, and people with their own hidden agendas, those are your modern day white abolitionists. You know what I mean? And that all, those are your modern day freedom riders. And it's a blessing collectively that to be able to see that in our lifetime, that now it's a rebellion with some of the white generation, with some of the white millenniums, and it's ironic because for so many years, we have been under this Jim Crow law oppression, and the ones that are 80 and 70 and 90 now, they dying off. Those old people are dying off. So at the same time, it's a good turning point that we can have a paradigm shift and raise the level of conversation and not just do the repetitive thing, because we've been marching for 100-something years, and when you go to Detroit, it really didn't get us nowhere because it's still lead in the water and food in the poison. No, we don't need to feel good. We need to see an impact, because you can feel good all day, but then next week everybody's going to do the same thing. I think these are defining times to where it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? But still, we cannot hold our breath. We got to keep our knee on the oppressor's neck, collectively, us as human beings. Period. Because if you black, white, yellow, green, purple, whatever color, if you're a Martian, whatever, collectively, it's the human race. But it's good that the ancestors of slave owners are now really seeing what's going on and raising their level of conversation. So it's totally different from the 60, 65, and 69 and the 92 riots. This is the time to where the straw broke the camel's back. You know what I'm saying? So pressure bust a pipe.
So would you say?
You know what I mean?
So would you say hip hop had a lot to do with that, because this underground hip-hop, these guys like yourself, Kokane, Eazy-E, these were like our underground reporters. They was reporting on what was happening in the streets. And before this thing even got out there like that, nobody was talking about these issues in the streets, like fuck the police or what was actually going on in them neighborhoods. So when hip-hop seeped into the minds of the American kids, not only white, but black, Latino, Asian kids, this is why you got them young kids out there marching today, because some of their favorite artists are hip-hop artists, and they believe in the culture, and that's why they standing up and riding with us too, though.
Right, but they didn't anticipate. Hip-hop is a black eye to the oppressor. They tried to go ahead and manipulate it, and big corporations, big corporations, really try to manipulate and take over and do what they do. But it's always something when something drastic happens. Sometimes in life you don't pray for something drastic to happen, but something drastic has to happen in order for us to open up our eyes. And it's just a blessing that 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 hip hop was so much relevant for the movement because it gave us a voice of all ethnicities to rise up and speak righteousness and lead by example, not just lip service, because a lot of people talking, but they ain't walking. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So they didn't anticipate what hip-hop was going to do. And going back to those records where we were touching on social ills, those was, that shit was real. Niggas was
it was. Those
was
the seeds getting planted.
Yeah. So when they did Fuck the Police, we did Black Mafia Life. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Black Superman.
Yep.
No representation, no pain. All those records, when you look at it, they were really like you're grooving. So it's amazing how you look at some artists like Grandmaster Flash and certain artists from the R&B. They were in tune. They planted seeds.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do is continue to whatever platform you flip a burger, whether you out there protesting, whether you can raise your voice in music. We all have accountability to go ahead and lead by example and get the message out there even more. So, you know, looking back on those records, man, when it really bugs you out because we were touching on issues in 1989, 87, all through the 90s, the things that are happening just now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of uncoverings happening. Like it's a lot of history that's being told now that was left out. Like even down here, they just tore down the Christopher Columbus statue at the state capitol. It was a bunch of Indians that did it. But it's just what I'm saying. America is going through this healing process, but it's going to hurt for a minute because the truth always hurt. But it's best to know the whole story so you can just process it and so we can just get past it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't telling nobody to forget about it. We need some systematic change. We need some police reform. And we need some type of restitution. We need a payment. We need a substantial amount of money to get us over the hump so we can put back.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UGSforLife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.